Entrepreneurially Thinking is a presentation of BioSTL and CET, Center for Emerging Technologies, with RareGem Productions, changing the way you view new ventures, including you on the pathway to success with your business in the St. Louis marketplace and beyond. Here's your hosts, Cheryl and Christy. Now let's get thinking entrepreneurially. We are here at the St. Louis Community College at Forest Park for a very special event, Vision 2016. It is here, brought to you by BioSTL and their strategic partners, and this is going to be a powerful event. We're talking here a regional symposium to speak about inclusion in the biosciences, IT, and manufacturing areas where there are opportunities for us all to thrive, to grow, and to discover great things that are happening all in our community and things that can maybe impact our nation and world as a whole. I am here with the Director of Diversity for BioSTL. She directs it all, actually, Dr. Cheryl Watkins-Moore. We are excited to be here with you today.
Well, we are excited that you are here. We're excited that everyone could come out. This is our second event. We hosted the first one last year, the first ever inclusion innovation event in the region. So we're so happy that everyone's coming out, and we're so happy that we had a pre-event with a special group of young ladies from Hawthorne School. So I'm so happy that Mary decided to bring her kids out. They had an opportunity to meet with our keynote speaker, and hopefully I'll turn it over to Mary so she can talk about Hawthorne School and why I think they're fantastic in what they're doing.
What a brilliant idea to bring the young ladies here that have found the vending machine. Hey, you can forget it now. But to bring the young ladies here where seemingly this would be an all-adult occasion to talk about where folks were going to go in business. But this was very smart and innovative to include the girls. Mary Stillman, you founded this school. Talk a little bit about Hawthorne.
I will. First of all, it was not my idea to bring the girls. It was Dr. Cheryl's, but what a great opportunity for our girls. So we are Missouri's only all-girls public school in the state, and right now we're a 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. We'll grow to be a 6th through 12th grade school with a particular emphasis on STEM. So we brought today with us about 6, 7 girls who are very interested in science and engineering, and they take science, math, 2 periods of math every day at our school, and they take an intro to engineering course and an intro to coding course in the middle school. So what a great opportunity for them to hear from Dr. Ramirez about the opportunities for all of us in science and the opportunity to really exceed your own expectations. She was really inspirational, fun, colloquial, really knows how to speak to middle school girls.
Maybe we can get the girls over here.
Well, tell us a little bit about the idea behind having an all-girls school and then taking it all the way to senior high.
Great. Well, what we want to do is create an opportunity that wouldn't otherwise be available for girls in St. Louis. And so St. Louis has a rich history of single-sex education, but not public single-sex education. So Hawthorne Leadership School for Girls is just that. It's a special place where girls really can find their own voices, really focus on their academics, and find success in all sorts of ways. And so our girls come from all over the city of St. Louis, and we are a tuition-free school, and as I said, with a STEM focus. We teach, all of courses, humanities as well, but a special focus on STEM so that our girls are prepared for 21st century jobs.
What year is this for you?
This is year 2. So last year we started with the 6th and 7th grade. This year we're 6th through 8th. We have 170 girls, and they are doing great. Yeah.
So success for you is what?
Success for us is that really all of our girls will be admitted to college and have the option of going on in post-secondary education. And so we are a college preparatory school. But it's not just about college, it's also about careers, and so that they will get to and through college and then be in a place where they can choose their own careers. along the way, they need to be having a very wonderful experience. This is not just a means to an end. So it's important for us that all of our girls feel that they're growing in friendship, they're growing in communication skills, in leadership skills, and really learning to love learning. And that is what success looks like for our girls.
I appreciate that. Tell everyone where they can learn more about Hawthorne before I start talking to the girls.
Oh, thank you for asking. So our website's the best place, hawthorneschool.org. We are at 1901 North Kings Highway Boulevard in a beautiful building that is really full of life. So we welcome visitors as well to come and see our school in action.
How wonderful. Thank you for sharing and letting us know more about the school. All right, young ladies, come on up here. You are St. Louis finest, I hear, that you are part of innovation in education for young women. How has been your experience so far?
Awesome. It's been awesome.
It's been awesome. What do you love most?
What I love most is that we can never second guess ourselves because we are young women and we're can be what we want to be.
Do you know what you want to be?
I want to be about 4 things already.
I absolutely love it. Come on up here. You had an opportunity today to speak with Dr. Anisha Ramirez, who is quite accomplished. What was that like, hearing from someone that's accomplished as a lady?
It was awesome to not only hear someone who is my gender, but also my somebody who looks like me, who is succeeding, and someone I could definitely look up to and look for inspiration. So definitely just help me guide.
Was that encouraging for you?
It was very encouraging. She let me know, always dream bigger and don't give up on yourself.
So you believe that now, right?
Oh, yes.
What grade are you in?
8th.
All right. Come on up here. What grade are you in?
6th.
All right. Tell me about your experience at Hawthorne.
My experience at Hawthorne is really fun because we get to be whoever we want to be, and we get to express stuff that we do and stuff.
Yeah. And so when you come to an event like this and you got to make a field trip to something that's very innovative and big happening in the city, in the community, what does that mean for you?
It means it opens up a doorway to a better education, and it gives you different opportunities to stuff that you want to do.
Do you have an idea what you want to do?
Yeah, I want to be a technical engineer when I grow up.
All right, there's that STEM influence. Come on up here and share, young lady. Tell me something you learned from Dr. Ramirez today.
I learned to surround yourself around people who support you, because if you don't, then you're just going to let the people who hate on you tear you down.
Woo, that's a good one. You were listening. Well, what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
All right, what are some of your aspirations for when you grow up?
I want to be a veterinarian, and I want to just make it and just be what I want to be.
What, any specialization of animals that you want to work with or help?
Small animals.
So no buffalo for you, huh?
No.
Come on up, young lady. And what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
All right. Were you influenced by Dr. Ramirez's conversation today?
Yes, definitely. I think it was amazing.
Now, if you could send her a thank you note, what would you say for her conversation with you today?
I would say thank you for giving me all this advice, and I can definitely use it in the future.
Is there something that you learned today that you would start using right away?
Yes. No, I think what she basically told us is no dream is big enough or too big, and we can always do whatever we want.
What makes you believe that?
What makes me believe that is I don't know.
I think having seen her and hearing about her experience makes it very convincing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So do you know what you want to do when you grow up?
No, actually, I don't know.
That's quite all right. That means you can keep dreaming, and there's no limits. And how about you, young lady? Tell me why you love Hawthorne.
I love Hawthorne because I feel like I can get a better education at an all-girls school.
And the difference with being with all girls, why do you think that'll make the difference for you?
Because there's no boys there to try to get in my head. I feel like I can achieve more things.
That's right, no distractions, right?
Yes.
Okay, what grade are you in?
8th.
8th grade. What are your aspirations when you grow up?
My aspirations, I want to be successful. I want to be a doctor. I want to work with kids, be a pediatrician or OBGYN.
That is wonderful. Well, this here is evidence of what a big dream can be. I'm thankful for the people that created the school and then the folks that created this program, Vision STL. This is the evidence of what we're trying to build here, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We've got our girls from the future that are going to be impacting STEM in the future, and we're really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do.
Tell us real quickly about our keynote speaker today and what a treat we're in for today.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Anissa Ramirez, she is absolutely phenomenal. She is an engineer, she is a patent holder, she's an entrepreneur, she's a Yale professor. I can go on and on and on.
But you selected her specifically for this. Why?
Because she loves science. And what she does is she connects what science is about and the applications in the world. So seeing opportunities that we're trying to present in science, IT, and advanced manufacturing, I think her whole focus is more around, how can you take this great background and be able to apply it and do wonderful things in the world. So I'm so excited about her being here as our keynote. And she blew away our young ladies. I mean, she was wonderful. They thought she was doing magic, and it was like, this is not magic. This is science.
Which will leave a lasting impression. Yeah. What impression do you want to leave with the folks that come to Vision this year, and you will go home and feel like, you know what, this is what we wanted to accomplish?
Well, this is interesting. This year, what we did is we created 2 tracks, one for entrepreneurs and one for corporate folks. And the whole focus was, how do we bring to the mass public what the opportunities are in bioscience and all these other industries, and show them along the different tracks. I'm so excited. We have corporate representatives here from RGA Innovation, Mercy and their virtual care team. We have Merits that's here on the corporate side. We also have brought in entrepreneurs that are creating new ventures in this space that we probably haven't heard from, and some are creating ventures right across the river in East St. Louis. We're bringing them here, so I'm so excited. And then we've invited many of our resource partner organizations here to talk about, how do they help entrepreneurs get into the ecosystem. So really excited.
Well, Dr. Cheryl Watkins Moore, she's committed to this. Not only is it her function, it is her passion, and you see it in this. And there's going to be a very special announcement made right here today of some great work that she's been up to, and I can't wait to share.
So excited.
Yes. RareGem Productions live on location with the Vision St. Louis 2016 pre-show. We'll be right back. Now here's Make It Happen with Keith Sales Pro.
Here are the top 5 things that keep most people from achieving real success. Number 1, the fear of failure or loss, not wanting to be a risk taker. Number 2, quick to quit, gave up too fast, lacked what I call stick-to-itness. 3, failed to do homework, did not do enough research on the project, or really didn't have your heart into it, wasn't passionate about it. 4, never possessed the skill set for the business or job, need more knowledge and information. And finally, allowed others to discourage you and make you doubt yourself and what you're doing. Today, remember, it can happen. It will happen. And together, we will make it happen.
Follow Keith Sales Pro on Facebook or Twitter at Keith Sales Pro, or visit his website at keithsalespro.com.
It can happen. It will happen. And together, we will make it happen.
I'm Gülcan Yayla, and I'm a student at Washington University in St. Louis and a co-founder of East St. Louis Initiative. I think entrepreneurial thinking is going beyond your limits and pushing yourself to do what you really want to do.
All right, and welcome back to RareGem Productions live on location. I'm your host, Jade Harrell, and we are here at St. Louis Community College for the Vision 2016, the second year that BioSTL is bringing inclusion to the forefront in the areas of bioscience, IT, and manufacturing retail. Now, we are here with the keynote speaker, an accomplished young woman that I can hardly speak clearly because I'm in such awe, Dr. Anissa Ramirez, former Yale engineering professor, named one of the world's top 100 young innovators, and a host of a popular podcast called Science Underground. Thank you for being with us today.
So much. Thank you so much for letting me be here today. Yeah, it's great.
I'm actually very honored because I know that you have really dug into this work. You've achieved great heights in it, and now I get to share that with our audience. So I'm thrilled. But let's talk a little bit about why you chose to say yes to the invitation to be here for 2016, the Vision Conference.
Oh, well, St. Louis is ground zero for a lot of great things that are happening. And there's an opportunity to talk to people who are entrepreneurs that are growing an ecology, a STEM ecology. And so I just wanted to give them some tips about what we should do and how we should think about growing this, how to motivate our children to think more about STEM. So that was a no-brainer.
So we had a group of girls from the Hawthorne School, Leadership School for Girls, and you got to have some intimate time with them. Talk about what you most wanted them to know and leave with today after spending some time with you.
Well, that was an absolute pleasure. The way I thought about it is, how would I write a letter to myself, 20, 30 years in the past? And what would I tell myself to stay positive and to hang in there and to persevere? And so what I was telling these young ladies is like, look, it's a given. You're smart. Dream as big as possible. And don't be afraid of hard work, because that's going to be the difference between you and maybe someone else who has a little bit more privilege. If you can work hard, you'll surpass them. And so I wanted them to know that they can do it. And if I can do it, a kid who also had a background that wasn't necessarily ideal, if I can do it, they can certainly do it. I wanted them to see proof that it's not magic, that it's possible, because I did it too.
They came out of there thinking it was magic. It was too darling. They were like, whoa. Would you share a little bit about your background and how you came to love and become a scientist in your own right?
Sure. So I love science since I was very young, since I was 4. And that was a crazy and audacious thing to think, because we grew 4 blocks away from the projects. There wasn't anybody who was a scientist. Or what I like to say is that they were scientists, they were chemists, and they were up to no good. So there weren't any positive role models in terms of science. But I saw a television show called 3-2-1 Contact, and on that show I saw an African-American teenage girl solving problems. I told my mom, I said, what is this? And she says, it's science. And I just said, that's what I'm going to do. So by seeing my reflection, that made the whole difference. And that's what I wanted to do for these girls. They don't necessarily have to become a scientist, but maybe they see their reflection. Hey, I can be me. She's her. I can be me. And so I worked really hard, went to an all-girls school, and so that's why it was also good to talk to these girls, because for me that was great. It was less of a distraction. The boys were the folks who got to do science in grade school, but in high school, since it was all girls, it was okay to be geeky, because there were other geeky girls. Worked really hard, left Jersey City. Nobody really leaves Jersey City, so that was unusual. Went to Brown University. Everyone told me I shouldn't do it, I shouldn't go, because they were trying to protect me. They didn't want me to fall, they didn't want me to fail. But you gotta fail, or at least try. And so that's what I wanted to tell these girls too, that you have to at least try. And shoot a little higher than you really want, because who knows, you may go beyond your goal. So that's what I wanted to share with them.
As you carved out your path and decided, here's where I want to go, what were some of the challenges that you faced as an African-American woman, and how did you overcome them?
It's a good question. What I was trying to tell the girls is that you want to make sure that you have a tribe of people who remind you that you're a rock star. And it may be mom and dad, grandma, church, whoever, that whenever you come to them, they're like, yes, baby, you can do it. Because the world will be telling you, no, you can't do it. It's because they're not familiar with someone who looks like you in your container being smart. And so that's what I said was very important, that you get people around you to convince you that you rock. And they wanted me to sign an autograph, and on it I said, you rock. If you ever feel down, you look at that card for someone who's a couple of years ahead of you, and just to remind you that you rock. So that was the main thing that I wanted them to take away.
What does innovation mean for you?
Innovation, everybody innovates. You put together a sandwich in a new way. That's innovation. We got to, first of all, detach that it's something that only certain people do. Everybody innovates. You go home, you walk home a different way. That's all innovation. Innovation is what we as humans do. None of us woke up this morning in a cave, at a fire. We live in a house. It's because there's been innovation. So innovation is just part of the human condition. And what I was trying to get across to these kids is that everyone does it. It's not special. You do it. It's in your DNA. And actually, that's the name of my talk today, that STEM is in your DNA. We've been doing this for years. It's not special. You have the ability to do it. Whatever you put your mind to, whatever you're curious about, you can build from it and make that happen.
Now, as you look around, there's many challenges that young people face and children of color face, and we're looking at that manifest in the news on a daily basis. While you're making tremendous strides in science, can you maybe connect the two and talk about how that can make a difference in science as it does in our community?
Well, what we're seeing today is because of bad education. If we don't know about other people's conditions, if we don't know about how people live or how this country was made, we make decisions that are poor. And the thing about education, real education, is that we keep people curious and that they ask questions and they figure out the answer for themselves. We live in a world where facts, or quote-unquote facts, are continuously sent out and people just believe what they're being told. If people actually assess for themselves what was going on, then we wouldn't be in this predicament. So I see that they're completely linked, that STEM, which is just a vehicle to enhance our ability to be humans, to be curious, is one way to improve the world. It's a right. It's a right. It also empowers people to live in means that are better than themselves. It's an opportunity to get bigger and better than what we usually have. So I see them as tremendously linked. I also add this. We've been looking for the next Einstein. I predict it's going to be an African-American girl, because we've been looking in the same place and we've been not finding him or her. It's going to be some place that we don't usually look. So that's why I think it's my job to make sure that everyone, and I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek, but it's going to be a kid of color. It's going to be a kid of color that's going to blow our minds. And so we need to make sure that we encourage every one of them so that they can live to the fullest of their potential.
What brings you joy today, and is there a new burning question that you're looking to answer personally?
Well, my burning question is I'm actually working on a book. I have a book coming out with MIT Press called The Alchemy of Us. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at technology and also how technology changes us. But what I'm also doing is I'm actually unpacking the underdogs. There's a lot of people that we that we associate with different inventions. That's not 100% the truth. There are men, there are women that have been working on things, but they just didn't get the notoriety. So I'm excited about that. And I'm also excited about just hanging out with these girls from middle school, because I'm so excited for them for the future. If they can just remember that they have the goods and not get too distracted, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. So I'm excited about that too.
Will you leave a message of encouragement to our listeners to hang in there and keep going that comes from your heart?
Well, I would just tell you, whatever you're dreaming, if it's a little different than everyone else, then you're exactly right. That's your dream. And I would also push you to dream a little bit bigger than that. Because if you're just aiming for that dream, let's say that something happens and it doesn't work out. If you dream a little bit bigger, you're certain to hit it. So just hang in there. And sometimes the difference between you and the other person who seems to have all the advantage is hard work. If you're not afraid of hard work, you're going to surpass all of your dreams.
Tell everyone where they can find out more, get a hold of your podcast and subscribe, and where we can keep in contact so we can find out about this book.
Oh, sure. Well, you can find my podcast. It's called Science Underground. You can find us at scienceunderground.org. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, everywhere. If you want to understand science and have 2 minutes, we can explain science to you. And I'm on the web, and the book will be coming out sometime next year, MIT Press, under Anissa Ramirez.
The keynote speaker, and you can see why she will deliver wonderfully for this symposium today. And we were fortunate to have a few minutes with her. Dr. Anissa Ramirez, thank you again for being with us. RareGem Productions live on location. We'll be back with more. These can be stressful times. Not all stress is bad, but when we live with high levels of stress, it becomes toxic stress. Many of us feel stressed just trying to get through each day, and it may be getting harder to bounce back. Know that you have some support to manage stress and overcome the difficult things that may have happened or are happening to you. So take 5 to learn new ways to respond to stress. You deserve to be alive and well. Find more ways to take 5. Go to aliveandwellstl.com.
How you doing? I'm Keith Turner with Turn Group Technologies, and thinking entrepreneurially means solving problems for clients, plain and simple.
And we are back. Welcome back to St. Louis Community College. We are here for BioSTL's Vision 2016, their second year of talking about the innovative community and biotech, IT, and manufacturing retail, and the tremendous opportunities that exist for all of us in these industries. I am back now with strategic partners from ITEN, ML Helbig, who is the entrepreneur in residence, and Frances Shamir, who is the executive director there. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's great to see you again.
So tell us, I know, right? So this is really personal and sweet for us because we have a relationship. I came through the Square One program, and ML was my mentor there, and Frances was one of the coordinators and presenters, and I learned a whole lot through that program. But talk about this partnership specifically, but first let's tell a little bit more about ITEN.
Sure, I'll go with that. So ITEN, which stands for the Information Technology Entrepreneur Center, or Entrepreneur Network, is really kind of the counterpart to BioSTL. We focus on early stage tech startup companies that are scaling up. We focus on their business model, on helping them get investment and helping them connect to talent, and making sure that St. Louis can be a great place for tech startups to grow and thrive.
Why does that matter here especially?
Well, in this particular event, for collaboration, for innovation to really take place in St. Louis, we need the entire community to benefit, not just pockets of the community, not just sort of benefits on the averages or on the percentages. We really need to open it up to all, and that's what our entrepreneurs are looking for, because really to do something entrepreneurial, you need input from so many different sources. You can't leave any population, any segment of the community out. So you could be missing out.
That's right. There are some people in the community that feel like they don't have a space or that there isn't room or an opportunity for them. What would be your response to that?
Well, I hope that this event is creating broader awareness beyond the existing communities. Someone just said a minute ago, they said, wow, there's a lot of faces here that I don't recognize. And Frances and I both said, great, that's the intent, that's the purpose. Because a lot of times with these events that either ITEN hosts or we work with BioGenerator or down in the Cortex, there are a lot of the same faces. So you feel like, we're just talking to the same people all the time. So our goal is really to broaden awareness, be inclusive, and welcome other people from the community, whether they are job seekers or entrepreneurs. We also have the corporate community represented here to talk about their path to innovation. So it's just trying to be more welcoming to everyone in a broader sense, which is something we really need to work at, to continue to work at.
Well, this is why we're here today, is to expose this to more people, get more eyes on the event and that the work that we're doing. And what would be your call out? So if you could make the invitation for folks that hadn't considered or looked into it. It was interesting. Your keynote speaker today, she said there's scientists everywhere. They just haven't necessarily had the opportunities to explore it. What would be your call to the community about this idea?
So I think this community in particular, the innovation entrepreneurship community, is probably one of the most welcoming communities you'll find. Everybody that works in this space, you experienced it in Square One, which was so much fun. People want to connect to you. They're giving of their time. They're giving of their energy and their talents. So don't be afraid to reach out, even if it's somebody that you don't think is like you, or maybe even not in the same sector. We're 1 or 2 degrees away from the person they need to meet with. So make sure you reach out and sort of advocate for yourself, because this is a great place to do it.
Right.
Do you have some words of encouragement or wisdom for getting over maybe the nervousness or apprehension to do so?
I think absolutely what Frances said is true. It's really a very friendly community and a very welcoming community that wants to help people. And, I rattled off entrepreneurs and job seekers, but, people that even own their own business. So this is a business community. There's opportunities if you own your own business to potentially find new people to do business with, right? New customers. So I would say come to the ITEN website and look at the list of events. So many are free, which is really incredible, right? And you know that, right? There's incredible free resources, and just come. We're really fun, interesting people, and I think, it'll be time well spent. Yeah.
So now that we've got a great group of people together and folks are starting to interact with one another and pursuing their interests and ideas, what do we hope to accomplish?
I think this is a great example for our regional leaders and policymakers to take a cue from what's happening in the innovation community and spread that in a more robust way across St. Louis and across our region. We all know with everything that's been going on since Ferguson and before, this region needs that healing and coming together. This is a great place to do that in.
We can create something that will make a difference not only for the folks that are living it now, but those that come after.
Right. And, small business really is the core of what propels an economy. And so the opportunity to find new customers, start a business, find a job, all of those things are really available. So, come join us, right?
Well, there's your invitation, and we brought it to you live on location, RareGem Productions, at the Vision 2016 conference brought to you by BioSTL and their partners, ITEN. Make sure you look on the website to find out more, and keep watching as we bring you a little bit more from the pre-show before they go in and get down to the really, really great work. Learn more also at visionstlouis.org.
Hi, I'm Devin Moody Graham. I am a small business advocate and urban strategist in entrepreneurship in East St. Louis and abroad. Founder of the Biz Spot, and entrepreneurially thinking to me is really taking that leap of faith to go and achieve things that are much bigger than yourself. Because if you can achieve it by yourself, it's not a big deal. So to create something that impacts other people, more people than yourself, and that will impact people long after you're gone.
All right, everybody, this is, it seems like things have died down, but really the fun is just getting started. RareGem Productions live on location from the St. Louis Community College here at Forest Park. We're here in the Mildred E. Bastain Center for Performing Arts with BioSTL's Vision 2016, their second year of bringing to the forefront the innovative community and the opportunities that exist in bioscience, IT, and manufacturing major retail. So they're going to have breakout sessions. They're going to have conversations. There's a really great big announcement coming up that we will share with you later on Facebook. But the idea is that we keep bringing these events to you so you can start coming out to these events. So make sure you look up visionstlouis.org, visionstlouis.org. Find out more. Get connected. There is space and opportunity and places for you to grow and thrive and pursue your ideas. So keep dreaming big, like Dr. Ramirez said, and maybe even a little bigger. And we'll be looking forward to what comes from you and your creative spirit. We'll talk to you soon. Look for us next time for RareGem on location. Take care. Changing the way you view new ventures, igniting your thinking about entrepreneurship. It's Entrepreneurially Thinking. Get connected and discover more. Visit our website for show notes, resources, information about our guests, upcoming events, and of course, all your favorite episodes. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them for us in the comment sections, and be sure to leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes. The best way to show love is to share. Let everybody know that you're thinking entrepreneurially. So visit our website, entrepreneuriallythinking.com. #ETHINKSTL. Entrepreneurially Thinking is another positive production of RareGem Productions. Thanks for listening.